What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm really sorry that I haven't been posting a whole lot lately, guys. I've been really busy. Been trying to work on the house. I've been on vacation. I've had some issues with my Volkswagen Jetta. I haven't really introduced that to the channel yet, but it's a 2014 Volkswagen Jetta TDI manual. But I've been having issues with the AC system on it. I took it to a few different places and it was a whole ordeal. Nobody could figure it out. Ended up being the AC compressor, but I finally got that all squared away. It's good to go. And then also I've been really focused on trying to get this Mustang done. I know I haven't been creating a lot of content for you guys lately, but I've just been trying to get the thing finished so that I can enjoy it a little bit before winter comes. And I will be creating a bunch of content on it now that it's done. For the most part, it's done. We're still waiting on a few parts, and I'll dive into that here in a second. But without further ado, let's check it out, guys. Alright guys, so here it is, mostly finished up. Got the coolant reservoir all mounted in here, made brackets for it, and then did rivet nuts so you can take this on and off just like factory. Got it all painted nicely so it looks pretty good, mostly factory looking. It's a little messy through here. We got a lot of the coolant vent hoses and vacuum lines, and it's just kind of a mess here. It all needs to be there. I might try and make it look a little bit better in the future, but I wasn't going for a show car. This is just gonna be a driver's car. I don't care if car shows don't think it looks good. I'm not really trying to impress anybody with the way it looks. But we got the brackets put on for the heater core hoses. Got all those fittings put in. The whole cooling system's finished. In a future video, I'll go through and explain the entire cooling system, what hoses I used, what size hoses, the fittings, and then the brackets. But I ended up painting those black to make them look a little bit better, kind of blend in. And those do not belong on a Coyote, but they ended up working out pretty well. Again, I'll go into more detail on that stuff in the future. And if you guys have any questions or want me to do a specific video on something to show you guys how I did it, feel free to comment down below and I will be sure to get you guys some sort of, either I'll just answer it if it's small enough, or I'll create a whole new video if it's something really in depth. I'm here to answer you guys' questions. I had to deal with a lot of stuff, and if you guys don't have to try and reinvent the wheel to redo it, then maybe that'll be good. But I got the cold air intake put on, the power steering reservoir, and the bracket put on for that. I used the power by the hour reservoir bracket, and then I relocated my fuse box into the wheel well. It looks a little bit cleaner, and then allowed me to mount that there. I thought that was a little bit cleaner than some of the stuff I'd seen online other people had done. And I know people might say, why would you put your fuse box in an area where it's kind of hard to get to? Honestly, how often do the fuses blow? And even if, you know, if they do, there's probably something actually wrong with the car. So it's not something that I'm just gonna fix on the side of the road anyways. And I think it looked a little bit better. Got the Castle camber plates put on. The AC lines are all put in, mostly all new. There's one line that I couldn't find. They don't make it anymore for the 99 cars. It's weird, it's a one-off year for one of the AC lines. I think it's like 96 to 98 is one style line, and then 2000 to 04 is another style, and then 99 was its own, and they don't make them for them anymore. So I believe it's, yeah, this line right here, so it looks a little bit older, but the AC system didn't leak before, and it's got all new O-rings, so it should be just fine. And we got a new AC compressor down in there, and AC condenser, so we shouldn't have any issues with that. But looks pretty good. That area is a little bit messy too, but it's all got to be there. You got like your, for the gauge cluster, and your trans harness, fuel lines, AC lines, everything's all in that corner. So I tried to make it look as good as I could, but again, guys, this isn't really a show car. But yeah, that's everything under the hood. The car is back on the ground too. The suspension is finished up. Looks pretty good. Video doesn't do it justice. Let's see if I can get like a comparison. My hip is like half all the way up to here. So, I mean, literally mid-torso is the top of the car. It's really, really low. That's kind of the way it was before, and I readjusted back down to where it was. The only thing remaining that we have is an exhaust. We have been waiting on that for about a month now. It just shipped a couple days ago. So we should be getting that in. I need to take it in because it is a Bassani 3-inch full exhaust, but it will not mount to these long tubes. So they're gonna have to put an extension pipe, 3-inch extension pipe to the long tubes from that X pipe. We had the catted X pipe, BBK X pipe, for the car, but I ended up getting a deal on the whole exhaust. I guess you could call it a deal. It's really expensive still, but I wanted to go full 3-inch, and Bassani is like the best you can do for these. So I ended up ordering that kit, and also gets rid of the cats, because you know, we don't want those. But yeah, the interior of the car is pretty much all put back together. I've got a few like wires and stuff out, just the wires for the Terminator, and then the SCT for our gauge monitoring for now. We got the shifter put in. I can put the link down below of the name of this company that makes these shifter balls. They'll do it custom however you want. I ended up going with a Ford Performance on one side, and then Hearst on one side, and then obviously the 6-speed setup for the T56. And then it is actual carbon fiber and weighted. And then we got the Hearst shift knob, and then it is a Hearst short throw shifter. So it feels pretty good. We got all the pedals put in and situated down there. All three of, so these pads, so obviously this is the electronic pedal. Sorry, it's kind of getting out of focus. This is the electronic pedal that you'll order for the Coyote if you're going throttle by wire. So that's what would come in an 11 to 20 Mustang. And then these two pads came with this kit if you order it for the manual. And these are actually for an 11 to 20 Mustang also, but they do fit onto your new Edge pedals. So they're kind of a pain to put on, I'm gonna be honest. They're like really tough rubber, and you got to pull them up over that, but I'd say all in all it's worth the look. It looks a lot better than what was on there before. But yeah, we're going to be running the stock gauges. We got all of that sorted out. I'll probably do a video a little bit more in depth on that if you guys want to. But if you guys are looking to get your factory gauges working, hit up Nathan Hensley on Facebook, and he will get you the harness that you need to operate the factory gauges. And then we got the Holly all set up in here. I'm eventually going to mount it somewhere. I'm thinking right here. It won't be like easily visible from there, but there's not really very many places in the new Edge that it would like look good to mount, and they don't make very good mounts specifically for this car. So I'll just probably put it there. I can glance over at it if I really want to know a specific parameter that's going on. And then we kept the SCT for the car so that because we are running the factory gauges, we want to make sure that we keep it set up for 410 gears, because that's what we're running in the back, so that the speedometer is correct. And then also want to be able to control the cooling fans and all of that stuff through this, because all the cooling fans are running through the stock ECU and the stock coolant temp sensor. So we want to be able to change that if we want maybe the cooling fans to kick on at a lower temperature. As far as the 4.6's ECU thinks, it thinks that this is a 4.6 under the hood. Obviously, it is not, but we want it to believe there is and operate it like it would be. So, but yeah, guys. All right, guys, like I said, I'm not going to go super in depth on anything that I've done in this video. This is just more so me trying to tell you guys where I've been. You know, I didn't just fall off the face of the earth. I know some of you guys have been waiting for some new content and trying to also work on your builds. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that we're still going to be doing content. We're waiting on a few things. And if you guys have any videos that you want me to do or have any questions, comment down below and I can get that to you. But I think here soon, once this exhaust comes in, we're going to get it to an exhaust shop. I would put it on myself, but I don't have a welder to do that extension pipe to the long tubes. So we're gonna end up taking it in. I gotta get an appointment, but I'm waiting for this exhaust to come in. And then we gotta get the AC recharged and the front end realigned. Right now, it's pretty good. I got it close, you know, enough to drive a little ways. But it's nowhere near where it needs to be. And I got the ride height set, but they need to do all the caster and camber and all that good stuff. But once we get to that point, I'll do another video on it. Now, with that being said, guys, if you're liking this content, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. There will be future content coming on the car. The first drive video, trying to get this stuff. I need to trailer it down to that exhaust shop. There's a specific exhaust shop that I'm going to. So there will be content on that. And then obviously getting the car tuned, ironing out all the details, seeing if there's any issues with the car. So if you guys want to see all that, make sure you stick along. And then after this build, it'll probably be a few years down the road. But eventually I would like to get like a C6 Z06 or something, do heads cam, get some content out of that. That's one of my dream cars. I know you guys probably think I'm just a Ford guy, but I own, you know, a Volkswagen, a Chevy, and then my girl's CRV right there. I don't really honestly have a specific brand that I'm in love with. I don't really like Dodge, I'll be honest, but there will be other content and other cars on the channel, guys. So stick with us, even if you're not into just this Mustang. But that is gonna end up this video, guys. Make sure you guys are hitting that thumbs up button, that subscribe button, like I said, helps me get a little bit of motivation to come out here and get you guys some more content. And then, like I said, you guys, if you want any videos or have any questions, feel free to ask down below. I'm always open to questions. I've even had people hit me up on Instagram and ask a few questions on their build. Please, you know, I've gotten to this point. There's some things that I still don't know. And if you guys are auto cars, I might not know like some specifics. I've had a few questions about automatic cars and their harnesses and stuff. But if I do know the question or I do know how to answer it, I'll either answer with a video or just answer your comment. So, but yeah, this is gonna end out this video, guys. I will catch you in the next one.